Alright, yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my UMAMUSUME gamers? Chat, I believe this is my first UMAMUSUME related video or reaction that I've done, and I plan to do a lot more because I actually very much love this game. It is my everything. It's taken over my life. What is your favorite horse girl right now? As of right now, my favorite is Symboli Rudolph. I've done her campaign and I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. You know, there's also like honorable mention. Obviously, it's the girls that have blown up, right? It's like Gold Ship is super funny. I love Haru Urara, who just had her first win. So, you know, congratulations to her. And she had a retirement race against other retirement horses. She ended up winning. So she's 113-1, I believe is the number. But let's have a quick recap, chat. This game has gross, and this is before releasing worldwide. This game has grossed about a couple $billion, I believe, and that is dollars, not yen. So this is not like a couple $100 million. This is genuine billions of dollars. And this game is just a game revolving around horses. Horse girls turned real life racing horses turn into horse girls. It's quite literally that simple. So it takes the best, you know, it's like horse racing and gambling, and then just cute girls that are idols as well. They have little idol songs at the end if you win, or I think you could do it whenever. I usually just do it if I get first place, but you know, either way, that's the thing behind it. And it just released globally, right? So this was not a global game just yet until Side Games I think it's until Side Games got a hold of it. I don't know if Side Games had the license the whole time, but they just released it, I believe, the beginning of this month or last month. So this game has not been out globally for that long. And this game has blown up, right? It is a huge IP in the West now. And people, of course, they're going to get mad. They're going to be like, oh, no, this is ours. We're going to gatekeep it, blah, blah, blah. Which is quite possibly one of the dumbest things ever because this game is that huge. Everyone's probably heard of it. You can't gatekeep this game. And even if you can, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to like talk about it and make sure it gets spread. Me, of course, I am going to be one of those people. I want to spread this game, and I hope everybody that you hate plays it because it's such a good game. I think everyone deserves to play this game. Anyways, let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So today we're going to be going over some good old-fashioned gatekeeping drama involving the franchise UMAMUSUME. Now, thanks to the recent English release of its gacha game, a lot of people on Twitter who literally discovered this franchise 2 months ago are now screaming and crying about tourists who are invading their favorite franchise, including some content creators who started playing this on stream, and that has upset these very loyal fans who, like I said, discovered this game like 2 months ago, and they're trying their best to gatekeep these content creators and their fans, and of course, those efforts are failing. So before we get into all of that related drama, you might be asking, what is UMAMUSUME, or its English name, Pretty Derby?
I don't know why Rev gets this wrong every time. The title of the game in English and in everything is UMAMUSUME. Pretty Derby is not the English name. It's not the English name, the release name of it. It is UMAMUSUME Pretty Derby. Pretty Derby. It's like saying Metal Gear Solid. That's the franchise, and then whatever name comes after that, that's the title of the game. You know, Legend of Zelda, the name of the title of the game. Ocarina of Time, the actual game. So UMAMUSUME is the franchise. Pretty Derby is just the name of the game. You know, it's gonna be like UMAMUSUME. I don't know what the anime is called, but you know what I'm saying? They have OVAs and stuff like that have different names.
It is a franchise where the characters are based on real life race horses.
Let's go!
And there's a lot of components to this, like I said.
I love horses.
But an English release of their gacha game that was originally released in 2021 just came out at the end of June. And as you can see, one of the places you can get it is on Steam. And you can see the game. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Chat. Let's just check this. Actually, I'm not going to edit this out. Let's do this as a live thing. Let's go to steamdb.info real fast, and let's go to UMAMUSUME. I assume this is going to be super high up. I don't really know. I did this the first day. I don't know where it's been at the first. Holy. Oh, it gets so much better. Chat, this game... This game has 39,000 players in it right now, and it's peaked 3 days ago at 50,000 players. You know what? Let's check this absolutely dog water game that is absolutely not comparable in Wuthering Waves with 6,000 players right now and 10,000 players overall and 32,000 peak. It is being dog walked by this cute horse girl game with 39,000 players currently. 48,000 players of the day overall. Chat. This game is huge. It's also, it's also not fair compared to Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves has its own client. I just like making fun of Wuthering Waves. Chat, I'm the #1 Wuthering Waves denier, but that's okay.
Just like every other aspect of this franchise. Personally, yes, I am a tourist. I have not played the gacha game yet, but I have seen the anime, and that was so long ago that my reaction in terms of content
I'm gonna watch the anime. I just need to watch. I'm going through VTuber Legend right now.
Was making memes for YouTube. That's how long ago it was. I was still
Damn.
a meme channel. I hadn't even made my first commentary video yet. And if you were around for that time, you deserve a veteran's discount because that was a very long time ago. But the anime was very successful, but the biggest component of this franchise is the gacha game. Like I said, released in 2021. And right now, it has surpassed $2.5 billion in sales.
I don't know how many gacha games have actually passed the $1 billion mark. I know Genshin has. I think Genshin's on its way to 10 billion. I believe it'll be the first one to make 10 billion, but I don't know how many games have actually made $1 billion. It's kind of nuts.
In Japan alone,
Right shower.
In one country, they did $2.5 billion on this gacha game. It's absolutely insane. So when the English release finally came out a few weeks ago, the numbers are crazy. And it's not too surprising. There's a lot of excitement for this release. You can see right now, in the middle of the afternoon, nearly 50,000 in-game players. It's doing really well. However,
actually, I will say that this probably doesn't take into fact as well as the mobile release because it is not only on Steam, it is also a mobile game. And I think this one, even though it is, what do you call it? Although it is, what's the word I'm looking for? It is I think it's a really good PC port. It still has a more of a mobile game aspect to it, right? Until you get to like the cutscenes or the races, then it'll be in like a little phone ratio. So I believe there might be more phone players. I'm not entirely sure, so I can't really tell you that much, but there is a lot more people. I mean, there might be a lot more people on mobile. I don't really know.
Producing a lot of new people to this franchise.
We'll see how much
There's a lot to learn. And this is something I also covered many years ago. People are now trying to share some of the sort of community guidelines, the official guidelines provided by the company who is responsible for this franchise.
Right.
And one thing they pretty much 100% do not allow, or they say they don't allow, is any 18 plus artwork of the characters. In fact, you can see the
I have my own opinion on this, right? I mean, obviously, if the company comes out and say it, I think that's totally fine, right? What am I gonna really do? You can't put guidelines on your own game. Who said that you could? No, obviously you can do that. In my opinion, I don't even think that the guideline is needed because as someone who's been playing this game a lot, I've never really felt the need to, have, this kind of content for the girls. Especially not my girl, Symboli Rudolph. I mean, the only ones is like Daiwa, who is very, you know what I'm saying? Well endowed. She got huge titties, right? But the rest of the girls, it's more of like, I mean, it does have more of an emotional connection than more other gacha games because you are kind of training the girls and all that. I mean, to each their own. I just wouldn't go to this game for that. I have my own games for that, right? I have Nikkei. I have Wuthering Waves. I have any other game where if I want a goon, I have my own gooner games. I have Zenless Zone Zero. I don't really need this game for that. This game could just be wholesome.
And created content guidelines, works of violent, sexual, or otherwise obscene nature are not allowed. And you can also see they advocate or they prohibit anything that advocates or criticizes political views, which I hope they enforce that one because on the wrong side.
Yes. Oh my God. You know how these people are on Twitter, bro. Ugh. Oh my God. I kind of wish it doesn't have an English dub. I'm not going to lie. Or if they do, I hope they get people from like Europe. Because you know how American voice actors are, bro. I don't want them anywhere near this very silly horse game.
Twitter, I can already see the artwork where they have the characters saying whatever political slop that they want to push as a part of their agenda because they want likes on Twitter and they want validation from fictional characters for their political.
It would fit because they're probably as old as the people typing that video or typing that stuff.
But anyways, this has always been a very contentious thing, and this meme is something I covered many years ago, where they talk to an artist saying this illustration violates the UMAMUSUME guidelines. I will report it to Pixiv. And the artist says, I do not live in Japan, so the threat of Yakuza means nothing to me. The right to sexy horses is a human right. I must contribute. What is this, Vosh? And then we get another here saying, please refer to the official announcement from Games about fan art production. And the artist says, refer to my junk in regards to how these
my
horses
nuts. That's my kind of response.
Feel.
Why don't you
and
refer to this
people have been trying the best they can to say respect the guidelines. They share the community guidelines that people are supposed.
I also agree. Listen, like I said, but also Gold Ship also has huge titties.
To be following, but dude, as part of researching for this video, I typed in UMAMUSUME on Twitter. Yeah, people aren't listening. It's just littered with sexual artwork of these characters. Clearly, no one's listening, and how that's going to pan out in the future, because now we have this Western side that's not respecting the rules. We'll have to wait and see.
Right.
But as I mentioned earlier in the video, some popular content creators have been playing this game. They discovered it recently because of the English release. One of those people includes ASMONGOLD. And it seems really apparent that he enjoys the game, and his community really enjoys the game. You can see the reaction on his YouTube video, the first one he made.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Horse Girl game. Chat, I imagine that any kind of community you show this to is going to enjoy this game, right? I think because it's just that good of a game. It's just such a simplistic thing. It's just horse girls racing. People love racing. You know, do you know how much money people spend on racing? Like just betting on racehorses? I think this was before the racehorse girls. I don't know exactly. I believe it is, but even I think Gold Ship costs, I think 12 million? Or was it 12 billion yen? There was a 12 billion or million yen incident. So people are definitely betting on these horses, right? This is not something new. This is very like, you know what I'm saying? This is very primal. People are going to do this stuff either way.
About this game, overwhelmingly positive reception and a lot of new people being introduced to this franchise. Isn't that a good thing? People having fun and spreading this franchise to a new audience. Well, it goes well on YouTube, but in the hellscape that is Twitter, they were furious. In fact, I talked about this briefly on the alt channel, but there was this post that went viral with 18,000 likes saying, wrap it up, fun's over. Because
you know what's really funny? I actually got called a right-winger because of this. Like, someone in a Discord that I'm in was like, "Oh, they're trying to keep this game away from people like Asmongold and stuff like that." And they said, someone asked, why does Asmongold have fans and blah 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 blah. And then they just were like, "Oh, I don't know. Ask Rin and they're talking about one of my mods as well. Ask Rin and him. They're both fans of Asmongold. It's probably because of the right wing politics." I have never. I don't know why that was really funny. They're a Hassan viewer. It makes sense, right? Hassan, they're a Hassan Piker. They're one of his viewers.
A content creator they don't like dared to play a franchise that they enjoy, and it ruined it for them.
Asmon only ruined it for me because he had really good rolls, and that upsets me because I had very bad rolls, and I still haven't re-rolled my account because I refused because I'm not a bitch. But I'm not going to lie, as fast as it is to reroll your account, I might do it.
I think there's nothing softer than someone who will literally be distraught if a content creator or someone they don't like plays a game that they personally enjoy. Like, that is the softest thing. Like, are you really a fan if you're letting that ruin it for you?
You're a child.
But anyways, this person was just fuming. Someone saying, stop overreacting. They say, no, I'm allowed to get upset when one of the most hateful, heartless individuals on the planet promotes a game to his just as hateful and heartless fan base. Yes.
I don't think Hassan played it, did he? Huh. Weird.
Step aside, dictators,
Hassan
murderers,
Piker!
all those people. The worst guy in the world is, of course, Asmongold. Yeah.
Oh,
these people need some help. Now, from one bald man to another bald man, we're going to talk about TECTONE.
The attack of the bald man.
Of this video, because people are really upset at him. Now, he made this tweet saying, "What am I getting myself into?" Showing him downloading UMAMUSUME.
Nice.
And as you can see in this comment, not too sure, but you can probably expect a bunch of idiots or two on Twitter to rage because you played this.
I agree.
Exactly right. So let's see some of those quotes. This one getting 17,000 likes, saying the bad.
How? Here's my thing, right? I don't know what people thought was gonna happen or how they would even try to keep it from TECTONE. This is a gacha game. This is his bread and butter. This is what he loves to play. Again, the reason why I hate TECTONE of playing this game is because he had such insane rolls. His re-roll, the time that he re-rolled it, it fills me with hatred that he had such insane rolls, and he got like, I think he got enough to level up his, what was it? I think it was Maruzinski. Yeah, because he really put into his Maruzinski. That upset me, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it's my fault for not re-rolling my account. I can't blame TECTONE, but like I said, when TECTONE gets into these games, I don't know why people are surprised. This is a gacha game. It's not gonna just. I think he even played Infinity Nikki, which, man, I'm so sorry, all the girlies who can't really enjoy Infinity Nikki now. I can't believe that they did that to you in that game, but, you know, hopefully... Oh, actually, I hope the girls enjoy this game, because I don't think this game has been screwed over in any kind of way like Infinity Nikki, so hopefully... And this game has been out for years in Japan, so... I think this will be a very nice game for the people who got screwed over by Infinity Nikki. I think this game is probably pretty fun for a lot. It's weirdly enough to say this game is fun for the whole family, except for the gambling aspect. But even then,
bad thing about Uma blowing is
I'm very
KKK
passionate about this. I'm so sorry, Chad. I'm just yapping on about this game.
Now, here's the thing: if you're gonna like falsely accuse someone of something outrageous like this, can you at least have proper grammar in your sentence? Like, I know you're trying to say blowing up. Like, it's just lazy. Like, wouldn't you put more time and effort into a tweet saying something as heinous as this?
I don't know if I want to see the Enuma blowing anything. Wait a minute.
Also, I noticed the notes here, the proposed notes. So someone says, TECTONE has no involvement with the KKK.
True.
Correct. But then you have someone in the no note needed section disputing that, saying comedy is legal on X. Community note here to explain the joke. It is clearly poking fun at him being a large right-wing grifter, and this user is exaggerating TECTONE's political alignment.
God, that word has no meaning. Chat, there's no such thing as grifters anymore. There really isn't. You know what's really funny? This actually had a big effect over in the VTubering sphere, because they had a group of people called the VTards that just blew up, and people are calling them, you know, the right-wingers and stuff like that, and that word right there. They just so happen, and I myself was even dismissing it, because I was like, people use these words all the time. They water it down. I imagine that they're not wrong. Turns out they were right for one of them. Well, okay, you got it right one single time, and then I was gonna let it slide because of the way that they put it. Bro, these watering down terms are just making it so much easier for people to fly under the radar. I was going to let it slide. I thought that girl just looked like a funny version of Miku. Turns out I was wrong. You know, there's that. So, you know, these watering down terms, it does have an effect on people.
To something more extreme for the sake of humor.
VTards is still a very funny name.
This is someone who should not have access to these notes, because clearly it's opinionated. They're fuming about what they're interpreting as his political beliefs.
Right.
Yeah, not a great look for the note system. But, of course, people would be in the reply saying, it's time to gatekeep and drive people out. And the original poster says, true.
How?
Now, like, what are these people going to do about it? Like, are you going to actually scare away people like TECTONE, ASMONGOLD, and
that's not going to happen.
Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, these people have a panic attack if they have to talk to the cashier at the grocery store when they're checking out. And here's the best part about these people saying, let's gatekeep. These people are tourists. They say that in other tweets about people who are engaging with the franchise after the English release. Just look at this person. As pointed out here, their first tweet about UMAMUSUME was 2 months ago. So the person who just discovered this franchise 2 months ago is going to try and dictate who's allowed in the community and who's not, to the point where they're trying to drive out content creators like TECTONE and their community. And you can see when they're pressed, right? Someone says, what did TECTONE do? I'm confused. And this is always a great thing to ask. When people make these wild accusations on social media, either just ask them for proof or like, what happened? And this is their answer. Harassed a teen, some kind of lesphobic stuff, and general toxicity. Can't name too many specific examples.
Okay, so I'm gonna clear this up because I don't know if TECTONE reacted to this. He's probably got other stuff to do. I don't know how much he's reacted to a lot of this stuff recently. So I will be the one to clear this up. He ran off one person who was making very weird Klee content. Klee is a child from Genshin Impact, not a, you know, like, what's her name? Oh god, like Sayu, not the voice actor, like the actual in-game character Sayu, where it says that she's an adult in-game. No, this character is probably the only character with a legitimate, like, confirmed age, I believe. I think she's like 8. I don't really know. Even then, she's essentially a child. He ran that person off the internet. Are you really going to defend the person who made weird videos about Klee? Really? That's what it's about. I promise you, that's not the guy you want to defend. Some kind of lesphobic stuff is really dumb because it's just TECTONE fighting back against people who were like, oh yeah, everyone stay away, all the men stay away from Robin because she has 3 dots under her eyes, which again, this game is from China. That's not what that means. That's just probably a design choice. You're being really dumb. And you saying that she is a lesbian because of that is totally fine. I think that's totally cool if that's your headcanon. That's what these games are for. They're for your headcanon. They're for you to spend your money. If you're going to tell people that they're wrong and that they're this, and that because they say that, no, I like this character, I want her to blow me. Yeah, that's why he did all that, right? That's his toxicity. Like, you need a name. If you can't name specifics that aren't disproven, why do you still hate him? Is it because you like Hassan Piker? I love that so much. That meme is so good.
Right now. Because of course you can't. This is what they do, right? They say, oh, there's so many things that I just...
General toxicity. Okay, yeah, that's pretty true. He's a pretty toxic person, but it's kind of funny.
Can't even name a single one directly.
It's banter.
It's overwhelming. I can't even point to a specific example whatsoever, but they still feel comfortable enough to call him a KKK member, which is insane.
I don't even know how that happens.
They create a caricature of people like TECTONE. They create this boogeyman in their mind of what he's like, because they've probably only been exposed to him through slanderous tweets attacking him, and they just kind of take those, believe them, and now, well, this is the proof of their entire reasoning behind why he's a KKK member.
Right.
Absolutely insane. And of course, they would start getting bodied. Like, people are laughing at someone as fragile as this. But they say, smugly, hit tweet. If you defend TECTONE, you are not welcome in our community. Yeah, thanks for being the orbiter of who's allowed in UMAMUSUME. And then after getting dunked on more, they say...
I hate when people say you're not welcome in our community. It's, like, not your community. It's not even a American, Western game. It's a Japanese game. They're not going to tell you... Not, they probably sponsored TECTONE. I'm not going to lie. I bet that upsets you more than anything, is that these games that you're like, I hope TECTONE never plays them. They probably sponsor them.
Classic line, muting this because they can't handle people talking.
I feel like
back.
a preacher. I'm just like rubbing.
Every time someone says this, I will tell you, they did not.
I'm getting into this.
Also, this is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. If you're gonna mute a tweet, just mute it and move on. But anyways, here's some other quotes on TECTONE's post saying, "If TECTONE tries to join another fandom for a game I'm into, I'll effing gaymen myself." That seems like a bit of a harsh reaction. You know, it's something.
Just ignore them. Why does no one ignore people anymore? That's like my biggest question. Have you never learned to ignore someone? Here again. So we're gonna pull this, and I have done this tutorial before. So we're gonna let's open up a new tab here. Let's say that this Steam DB tab. This is TECTONE's Twitter, right? Let's just, for the sake of argument, I don't want to pull up anything on Twitter just in case it gets weird. And I don't want to edit this video. So let's just say this is TECTONE's stream. This is TECTONE's Twitter, blah, blah, blah. You know what you do? Boom. And then it's gone. You don't want to go to Rev's video? You know what you do? You go to unsubscribe, and there's a way to block them and stuff like that. It's that simple. I promise you this is not as hard as you're making it out to be.
That's so emotionally unstable that, like, you would game end yourself because a person you don't like plays the same franchise you enjoy. Seems like some pretty unhinged behavior. But here's another one saying, I don't think cis hetero men should be allowed to play UMAMUSUME. Yes, that's a totally rational and normal take. They're really gatekeeping hard by pretty much ousting a large...
what is this? I'm a shitet. I'm a shitet, man. And I love this game. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to pull up? What's up, pussy? Let's go. No, just kidding. I'm a shitet, man, and I love this game.
Portion of the people might play. This is the kind of slop you always see. Like, this is the safe, edgy stuff
That's
to
so
say.
funny. I'm so sorry
say this about any other group of people.
I'm worked up
canceled. Now. But in this case, it's fine because, well, they're
I'm
targeting
off 3 Diet Cokes and I'm
men. But we know that.
Feeling it, Mr.
Here's another tweet that might make sense if you look at the last one. They say this: if a rivalry lasts longer than 4 years, then you are no longer just rivals. You are gay. Oh, of course. A classic Twitter move where they see a friendship or a rivalry and they think to themselves, this must...
Hey, in your game it might be, not in my game. These girls are all friends in my game. Everyone's save is everyone has their own individual save. In my save, they're all just friends.
Must be sexual. Yeah, not a very well-adjusted thing to think, and people are clowning on this too, saying how could they be gay when they're both carrying my children? But this person would get upset
all right,
too.
I wouldn't say that.
And say, my mentions right now. I can't wait for Lolicon Twitter to get into UMAMUSUME and then start calling the lesbians tourists, even though they were the first.
The Japanese were the first, probably.
I got news for you. The people on Twitter falling into these categories, they were not the ones who were there first. I believe that was the Japanese.
Yeah.
Yes, the ones that, you know, were the original intended audience of this game. But whatever helps you sleep at night. And
whatever,
also,
brother.
Man, isn't that so terrible that the gigantically successful global franchise is now being...
The global phenomenon.
...visited by people you don't like? That's crazy. You even have places... like this, normies like Dexerto posting every 2 minutes about UMAMUSUME because
bro. She's so
it's that
cute.
mainstream
Look at her, bro.
right now, especially.
Look at her. She's such a cutie. I think she's enjoying her best life in retirement, bro. She's such a cutie.
Especially on the English side of Twitter. But anyways, this whole thing is pretty funny. The English release has brought out the worst in people.
Yeah.
And it's just very entertaining to see happen. But for now, that's going to do for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I mean, what else is there needed to say, chat? This is actually a very long reaction. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, chat, I think that you should be allowed to enjoy anything you want. Now, again, let me just give my opinion on the whole thing with with the no looting stuff like that. I think that's totally fine. In my opinion, I don't really think this game brings that out anyways. I think this is just a super wholesome game. I love my baby girls. I love being able to make them stronger and being able to race. I want to make them proud. I want them to live out their dreams. So, in that case, I think that's fine. But chat, there is no such thing as gatekeeping when it comes to a game like this. This game is just too huge. I wonder where it's going to hit on the global... or on the gacha revenue report. That's what I'm excited to see. Anyways, chat, that's all that's all I really want to talk about today. Chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.